We are talking about
You know what we're talking about.
Zebra Slot Canyon
Yeah.
today.
Yes.
As you can see, we are in Utah right now. Coming to you live.
So, we did a Utah road trip.
Yep.
We went to the 5 national parks.
Yep.
Zebra Slot Canyon is not in one of the national parks.
Bum, bum, bum. I like that we both had the same thought, but we didn't tell each other beforehand, but we did both have the same
plan that. Zebra Slot Canyon is located in Grand Staircase dash Escalante.
You don't need the dash. You just call it Grand Staircase-Escalante National Monument.
Yeah.
It's
but
a
when
mouthful.
but when it's written, there is a dash. And
True.
and I'm glad you found this.
This was between our second and third national parks.
So after leaving Bryce, we just stopped here on our way to Capitol Reef.
Right. And I knew that they had slot canyons in Utah,
Okay.
but I hadn't been to any.
I've never been to any
And
as well.
there's not really any slot canyons inside any of the national parks there.
Yeah.
So I knew that if we had a chance to go to one, I wanted to find one.
Yeah. So he did find us one. He found us the Zebra Slot Canyon.
Yep.
Talk about slot canyons.
There's something about the way you say slot canyons that makes me worry.
Slot canyons.
Slot canyons.
Slot canyon. As their name suggests, they are slots made by water in canyons.
Yeah. I mean, technically all canyons are...
Oh, you're right. No, but this is more of like
Slot
a
canyons are
narrow.
thinner,
Yeah, they're
yeah.
more narrow. We have done a lot of hikes.
Mhm.
Lots.
Yeah.
And we've done some more daring hikes. I thought Angel's Landing in Zion was kind of one of the more daring ones.
Yeah.
But I will say we had no idea what actually hiking a slot canyon was going to be like. It was by far our most challenging hike and our most terrifying hike. But that being said, I would do it again. I loved it.
Yeah, I mean, we're not claustrophobic by any stretch of the imagination, but both of us kind of had the thought while we were in it, like, ew.
Yeah, there's almost a moment where you have the thought, one, can I turn around?
Yeah.
And I think we also both had the thought, we can not get stuck here.
Yeah, I think I summed that up by saying, ew.
What was your opinion of just a slot canyon? What am I saying it? Slot canyon. Slot canyon. Slot canyon.
It's like the definition of pornography. I'll know it when I see it, and it just doesn't feel right. I didn't really know what to expect, honestly. I knew that they were going to be thin, and they were going to be something that we hadn't done before.
Yeah.
But I didn't really expect how narrow they were and how cool they were when you were inside of them.
And we got to some points where I thought, like, wow, like this is taking a little bit of crazy to do this, but like I'm in it. I'm ready. So we put Zebra Slot Canyon Trailhead into Google. And then you will lose service probably on your way there, but as long as you already have it pulled up, you're good.
Right.
And then once you're kind of parked, then you just go across a little dirt road. And I mean, it's not a marked trailhead, but you see a trail.
Yeah, it's a pretty obvious trail. Yeah.
The actual trail. Give me a quick rundown.
It's pretty flat overall. It's about 5 miles total. For most of it, you're kind of on pretty flat ground, walking down like through a wash, kind of back and forth.
Maybe a mile before the actual canyon, you're like in the wash.
Yeah.
And this wash, this main wash, is like trugging through. How would you describe it?
It's like sand.
Great description.
It's not like sand, it's actually sand.
I would describe it as almost every step you take feels like all of your energy is being absorbed by the sand, so it does feel a little taxing, I thought, hike-wise.
I mean, I agree. I just would have never put that into words. That was poetry. The wash leads directly into the canyon.
Yeah.
But you kind of follow it around, and then you end up right in front of the canyon.
Yeah, and I will say for me, Phil did a lot more of the research, so I think he had looked up a lot of pictures of the canyon.
Yeah.
It does help to kind of know what it looks like, because it really kind of just looks like two boulders, almost.
Yeah, it doesn't close very quickly. Yeah. You have to kind of get around the corner.
We did run into a couple and their dog. And I think by the time we reached them, we already realized this is very tight.
Yeah.
But we had to wait for the guy of the couple to kind of come back. So we just hung out with the girl and her dog for a little bit, her little puppy. And this sounds crazy, but I feel like that puppy is what got me through that hike. Because I was getting a little nervous, and then I pet this puppy, and I was like, I got this.
That's true, yeah.
And then I wasn't as nervous.
I didn't feel that way. I mean,
we're hiking this slot canyon. We're like, we got this. We first come to a water spot. Well, we have a lot of dicey, narrow spots, but then we come to this water spot. And at first I'm like, I have my hiking boots. I'm just going to walk through this water. No. I take like one step in. I'm like, okay, I go to take another step in. I don't know how deep that water was, but it was at least deeper than this. And I was like, don't trust that. So then you almost have to like shimmy and climb past this water.
Yeah, on two like pretty narrow walls that are flat. Like
and very
there's
slick.
There's nowhere to really hold on to.
There's no gripping.
Like you kind of have to just pin your body to one side and the other side and just go.
Yeah, and then we come to another area where it is so narrow at the bottom you cannot walk through. You have to climb. And like Phil said, you have to almost pin your body. So I go first. It takes me a little bit to figure it out, but I realize that if I pin like my whole leg against the one wall and my shoulders against the one wall, I like somehow made it work. And then what happened?
Oh, I tried. I could not get it. Couldn't finagle it. Couldn't figure it out. I was trying all kinds of different stuff. He really
wanted to do back against the one side and feet against the one side, but it was so narrow, even I couldn't have done that.
At this point, too, she was already like ahead.
Yeah.
So like the options at this point are either like I stop here and she has to come back, or I keep going, but we don't know what's like next. We don't know if this is the hardest part. We don't know like if I can get back or if she can get back.
That's the thing too. Can we
so
even
like
get back?
now it's like dicier, you know.
Yeah.
It was good that you went there.
Yeah.
Because even though I didn't get that far, you were able to go around the corner and see the next part.
So I kept going. There was even more climbing spots. It got even crazier. And then I came to what I think was probably one of the coolest spots of the whole canyon. It was almost a crisscross zigzag.
Mm-hmm.
And you did have to kind of go up to even get to it. And I'm really glad I got to that. And then at the end of that, I could see the slot canyon continued, but to get up to that point was like a wall up to my chest. I think if Phil would have been there, he maybe could have boosted me up, but I was like, no.
Again, we just wanted to get out of there alive at this point.
And
we don't want to get stuck in there.
We don't really leave each other on hikes. I actually think that was one of the only times we've really done something like that.
You wouldn't have left me had I not said, well, at least go ahead and see what you can see from the other stuff.
Yeah, I was just going to turn around, and he was like, you need to keep going. And I was like, okay, I got to do it for the vlog. And so yeah, I did keep going. And like I said, I'm really glad. But it's kind of funny. Some of the footage is like, I put the GoPro and the tripod like in my jacket and zipped it up. So the camera's like, but I don't care. I still got the footage and it was cool. After seeing all of the national parks and all of the hikes, Zebra Slot Canyon was actually my favorite hike.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
I like that too.
I think when you first told me, hey, we're going to do this, I remember thinking, maybe we could skip it. But I was like, no, let's just give it a go. And then when we left, I was like, I'm so glad you found that because that was awesome. Mm-hmm. So all in all, you had a great time?
Thought it was great.
I thought it was great too.
We'll have to go back next time and I'll have to get through that spot.
Okay. And then maybe we'll see if we can get up the wall once we're both together.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
All right. Adios.
Amigos. I want it to be known that the camera is straight. We know the camera's straight because we have a thing that measures it. Uh-huh. The picture behind us is not straight. But don't be thinking that's us.
Yeah. Fuck you guys for thinking that.